This is Marcus Kowal with MMAnytt here at the aftermath of RFA. We've seen them taking down the cage with, should I call you current or former RFA champ, Brian Ortega?
Former and current right now, right? A little bit.
I'm a little bit surprised to see you holding the belt since you're now in the UFC.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just holding it, because this is my roots, It's the roots of where I'm coming from right now, and then pretty much walk around and help Ed, like promote the show and everything that makes it look good, Plus, it feels good to walk around with the belt, you know what I'm saying?
And you won that belt fair and square in an amazing 5-round fight. It's probably going to be one of the, if not the fight of the year, at least with RFA. It was a beautiful 5-round decision. That triangle, T-City, which is your nickname, Triangle City, you had him in a deep triangle. I think it was in the 4th round. Are you surprised he didn't tap? Oh, wait, did he tap?
You know what? It was a controversial, but if he tapped or he didn't, and I said he tapped, and then I replayed it, but of course I didn't let it go, So at the end of the day, I mean, I give him credit on that,
Are you surprised that he survived it after so many finishes with that famous triangle?
Dude, that was a skinny neck right there and a sweaty neck. You know what I'm talking about. 4th round right now, going into it, sweaty, get a triangle, like. It's just one of those things, man, that just sucked after, Like I spent all my legs died out. And after that, I caught him in a darce. Yeah. Then my arms died out. And then 5th round was like, how am I gonna get through this? I was like, fuck, And
I've been lucky to see your career and fighting for respect in the cage and now RFA and you've have had some great grappling training partners, obviously being at the Grace Academy and training with Heron and Henner and over at Black House. For a while there, people that knew you were out because of an injury almost disappeared off the radar for a little bit. Did you know that was just temporarily because of the surgery?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people told me that I wasn't going to fight again or I was never going to be the same, because I messed it up for a full year, yeah. Which means I dislocated it like 15 times in 1 year. It'd be stubborn, yeah. And then finally we fixed it with surgery, and then we were not sure if we're gonna fight again or not. So for 2 years I was just battling that, like mentally, and then finally like last year I made my fight again, my comeback, and I've been just striving to just better myself and be the best again because I lost 2 years off training,
And you come back in an amazing fashion. You always have good boxing on top of that amazing jiu-jitsu that you have. Do you feel like you represented Mexico and to a certain extent with that toughness coming into the cage?
Oh man, well, Mexico's my roots, man. And the Gracies, and we like to go to the ground a lot and take people down and choke them out. But I guess that's where the Mexico kicks in with the boxing and wanting to stay in the pocket and bang, So we got to be careful with that a little bit, but it does work to our advantage as well,
It's funny to see your style because to a certain extent you're tall, lanky, you got that amazing jiu-jitsu but also good boxing. Similar to Nick Diaz in many ways. So people compared you to him. Have you had a chance to train with Nick?
I haven't had a chance to train with Nick, and but a lot of people have told me I'm like a smaller version of Nick. They go like, you got the Mexican look, you got the want to get down look. He goes, so I mean we've been brought up to Nick, but we'll see, man. He's in the UFC. He did his thing. Now it's my turn, See what I can do.
And we got, the Ultimate Fighter in Mexico now with Fabricio Verdum and Cain Velasquez. Do you feel like the mixed martial art world has yet to see the best of Mexico?
I had a chance to teach a couple seminars in Mexico, and I rolled with some guys that are really good, and some guys put it on me and training-wise. That's why I was surprised. I said, man, it's crazy how it's not there yet, No one knows about, really Mexico people don't know too much about the UFC. And I think this is a great way to expose it. And I was actually, between me, I was going to do the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I speak fluent Spanish, everything. Yeah. But unfortunately, I'm born in America, so they didn't want me. So that sucked.
So we see a lot of former or current RFA champions. Pedro Munoz is now in the UFC. You won the title. You are in the UFC. And we see these RFA guys also performing very well in the UFC. After Kevin Case's knockout tonight, do you think he will get another run, another shot at the UFC?
I really hope Kevin does, right? Because I looked up to Kevin growing up. Because Kevin's been around the game before I was. He was trained jiu-jitsu before I was. And then just seeing him how he went up to the UFC, and I don't know if he wasn't ready yet or just to handle that pressure, but I've been seeing him on the comeback and just working so hard that I hope nothing but the best for him, and I want him to be in the UFC because I believe now he's ready. Like now he's a full fighter. His footwork is like phenomenal. His hands, he dropped homeboy, you know. So I want to see him. I want to see him in there already. Like we're anxious. Me, Pedro, you know, Pedro, myself. We're like, yo, Kevin, let's go. You know, you're ready.
And then it's almost like it's come up full circle. Rorion Grace is starting the UFC, and the sons, Hiron and Henna, with the Grace Academy. Obviously, Rorion involved with that as well. And you, Kevin, you get so many people passing through now at the Grace Academy. Having Henna and Hiron, although they've been grown up with just jiu-jitsu, so to speak, how involved do they get in MMA except from the Gracie breakdown after the UFCs?
Well, they train the top fighters of the UFC. Ronda comes by the academy, Ronda Rousey, Brendan Shaw, Mark Munoz, Jake Ellenberger. We have a lot of UFC fighters coming in to train with us, and then they say that, and this is, you know, I heard it from Lyoto Machida, all these guys. They say that the way they teach jiu-jitsu to the way they break it down is so digestible for you to learn that it's unbelievable, you know. And then they made it let it known across the world that, you know what, they're one of the best teachers in the world, you know, and I take pride in being part of their instructor program there, you know.
And obviously you've been part of that as well and being one of the names there. What's next for you?
Next for us is we're currently going to August 2nd at Staples Center, UFC. So that's the next one right now. We're trying to get the opponent right now, but as of everything going on, that's the date right now.
To fight for the UFC at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, hometown, home crowd. Is that a dream come true?
If you're a fighter, you know what I'm talking about, man. That's your hometown, your first UFC debut, all your homies, all your friends, everyone's gonna come by. You're like, I'm stoked for this, you know. I hope I get a good opponent, tough opponent, and we make this happen, you know, because I think I'm ready, you know. So far, I think I've proven myself to step up to the UFC, you know, ranks, and hopefully I can train harder and progress in the UFC, you know.
Looking forward to seeing more of you, Brian. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you, man.